Hello friends on the internet, Angela here. I'm just gonna do this quick video about the holiday traditions tag. I know it's been a few days since a video. I'm gonna do an update video in a few minutes too, so you'll get kind of bombarded. But anyway, so I've really loved seeing all the holiday traditions tags that people have been doing, so I figured I'd do it too. Nobody tagged me, I don't think. If they did, I missed it. But I just wanted to do this anyway. So I'm using my husband's phone to read the questions. So it's 15 questions. And the first one is, when do you start decorating for Christmas? We decorate for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. Or if that's not going to work, we'll either do it Thanksgiving night or the weekend after. So, but it's always done by the weekend after Thanksgiving. I would love to decorate sooner than that. I love Christmas. I love the decorations. I love the tree. But my husband is not that kind of person. He would much prefer to wait. So that's our compromise, the day after Thanksgiving. The next question is, what style do you decorate in? My style at this point is cheap. We've been parents for 21 years. My husband and I have been married for 23? No. 22 years. But our daughter was born less than a year after we were married. So we've been parents for 21 years, but we had a huge chunk between our daughter and our first son where we were infertile. So we have a 21-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 6-year-old. So anyway, our 9-year-old is autistic, and his second Christmas, I had to put up baby gates around the tree. We didn't know he was autistic yet, but I put a huge baby gate, like playpen, around the tree to protect it from him, which kind of worked. Except my mother-in-law and us gave him Weebles because we saw Weebles in the store and remembered how fun they used to be. Well, guess who started throwing Weebles at the tree and shattering the glass ornaments? So it was like, pow! And he would love it. And he'd throw another Weeble. So at the end of that year, I went to the after Christmas sales and I bought like 3 packages of Shatterproof ornaments. And every year since then, he's 9. So every year since then, I go to the after Christmas sales and I buy another pack of Shatterproof ornaments in different colors because I don't want it to just look super generic. But that's all we put on our tree is Shatterproof ornaments because, yeah, it wouldn't work out to have non-shatterproof. So all of my special, close to my heart ornaments from my childhood, all the glass ornaments, they are packed away, safe, until someday I can actually put them out. And that goes for candle holders. That goes for pretty much everything. Like right now, my style of decorating is there is one wreath on the front door and there's a tree with Shatterproof ornaments, and that's it. So, I mean, that might have answered one of the other questions, but yeah, I don't really have a style of decorating because I just can't really have a style, if that makes sense. Uh-oh, sorry. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Okay, there it is. Okay, the next question is, what's your favorite family tradition? My favorite is when we load the kids up in the car and go look at Christmas lights. I love to find one of those houses that has the music that's synced with the Christmas lights and sit there and watch for a couple songs. Watch how they got their Christmas lights programmed. Favorite place to buy Christmas decor? Walmart after Christmas sale, 50 to 70% off. Because if it's not unbreakable, it will be broken. So my house is pretty much, as much as possible, non-breakable. So let's see. Favorite Christmas movie. Oh, my favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story. I love Ralphie, and I love how he has such an imagination, and then he actually shoots himself in the eye. My 6-year-old said his favorite part of the movie is when Ralphie lied to his mom about shooting himself in the eye and said it was an icicle. I don't know what that says about him. But anyway, that's okay. Eggnog, hot cocoa, apple cider. I love all of them. I love eggnog. I love hot cocoa. I love apple cider. My daughter also loves all of them. My husband likes all of them. The boys do not like eggnog. They don't like the texture, and that's fine. But yeah, the grown-ups in this house, our daughter still lives with us, even though she's 21, but we all like eggnog. So we always have eggnog around this time. Hot cocoa. The grown-ups like to have a shot of Irish cream in it. Yummy. And then whipped cream on top instead of marshmallows. But I've been on the ketogenic diet since February, so I'm going to try making some keto eggnog this year. See how that works out. I've been on that diet for my multiple sclerosis because I was so bad. It was kind of a desperate move to go on the keto diet because there's a lot of studies that show it has neurological protection, which is why they've used it for kids with seizures, epilepsy. But anyway, so I didn't go on it to lose weight. I went on it to help my MS, and it does. And if I go off of it for a few days like I did around my birthday and I did at Thanksgiving, after about 4 days, my MS is just raging. So I'll probably go off around Christmas too, but before then I'm going to crave eggnog. So I'm going to try to figure out a keto eggnog because I do love eggnog. Almost everyone who I've seen done this said they hate eggnog, but I'm one of those people that loves it. So let's see. Do you leave cookies out for Santa? No. I was raised without Santa. My parents were in kind of like a holy roller church, and they believed that Santa was an anagram for Satan, and it was just kind of off the charts. So I didn't have Santa. And I'm not a holy roller, but the concept of Santa just completely escapes me, I think, because I didn't have it as a kid. My husband had Santa as a kid, but it wasn't a huge deal to him. Like, it wasn't something he was completely in love with. So we just don't even do Santa. Yeah. I mean, we tell our kids not to ruin it for other kids, but it's just not something we do. So no, we don't leave anything out for Santa. Let's see. Real or artificial tree? I'm allergic to pine, so it's artificial. I've had an artificial tree since I was like 2 years old once my parents found out I was allergic to the pine trees. So, favorite holiday dessert, pumpkin roll. My grandma used to make pumpkin roll. It was so amazing, and I still try to make it as much as possible. I haven't made it the last couple years because my MS was so bad. Although since I'm feeling so much better, since being on the keto diet, I think I'm probably going to make one this year. Let's see. What's the next one? Favorite Christmas cookie. Sugar cookie with a ton of frosting. Buttercream type frosting is my favorite. If you put buttercream on almost anything, I will love it. So there you go. Do you open gifts on Christmas Eve? We opened one gift on Christmas Eve. The last several years, since the boys have been old enough to really know it, normally I let them open. I give them new pajamas like during the day on Christmas Eve, and then they put those on and they open one gift on Christmas Eve night. And sometimes it's a book, sometimes it's a little toy, something like that. But the rest of them are Christmas morning. So yeah, I do like opening one gift on Christmas Eve. Do you decorate the tree yourself? Our 9-year-old this year, really, our autistic son, he really didn't want to this year. He wanted to just be on his tablet. So my 6-year-old and myself pretty much decorated the tree ourselves. The 21-year-old said she didn't mind if she wasn't here, so she was at work when we did it. And my husband was just kind of relieved not to have to help out too much. So yes, I decorated it myself kind of with the help of the 6-year-old, which is why a lot of the ornaments are in one spot. Where do you spend Christmas Day? Here in our house. My mother-in-law is 90 years old, so we pick her up and we bring her to our house to spend a couple nights. So she's here in the morning to see the kids open their gifts. Obviously at 90, most people have great grandkids by that point, but she has young grandkids because she had my husband a little later than normal, and then he was even older when we had the boys than she had been when she had him. So that's why she's 90. So yeah, she loves that. She comes and we have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here. Normally Christmas Eve, we also do a little bit of driving around and see the Christmas lights. I make a big Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. And then we get her back home, depending on the weather, because we live in Colorado, you know, maybe the day after Christmas or something like that, after just spending a nice Christmas day at home. So she lives about an hour away. My favorite Christmas smell. That's the next question. My favorite is orange and clove. I remember when I was a kid, my aunt used to buy oranges and she would shove cloves in them until they were a big ball of orange and clove. And then my grandma would hang it in the kitchen or in the living room. And I love that smell to this day. I just love it. And I tried, like I bought some cloves. Like the cloves basically preserve the orange. It's very interesting. It kind of preserves and almost mummifies the orange, so the orange doesn't rot. You can leave it up for like a month or two. But I've never done it with the kids. I think I did it with my daughter once when she was like 5, but that was many years ago. But that's still my favorite Christmas smells is orange and clove. And then the last one is, what is your favorite thing to craft or make during the holidays? Probably crocheting stuff, just whatever I'm crocheting. I do like to sometimes make, at one point my daughter and I used to make sugar cube houses. So they're like gingerbread houses, but they're built with sugar cubes, and it's like you're building with bricks. And so you put frosting between the sugar cubes, like if you're laying bricks, and you build the houses up like that, and then you frost them and put candy and stuff. So we used to do that. The last couple years, we've built little gingerbread houses or chocolate houses. One year I bought a chocolate mold, and I still have all the molds for that. So I molded the chocolate like the day before, and then the boys were allowed to put it together and put everything on it. So some type of houses, but not necessarily gingerbread. I'm not necessarily a gingerbread fan. I don't hate it, but I like something that's a little unique from what everybody else is doing. Anyway, okay, I'm at 12 minutes and this is a long video, almost 13 minutes. So that's all for now. And I'll do an update video about my crocheting in a minute. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.